Hello everybody, and welcome to the Jiu Jitsu Journey, episode 1, our debut episode. What up with that? So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Blake Lindsay. I am a no-stripe white belt, and I train out of Boris Brazilian Jiu Jitsu in Lexington, Tennessee. Basically, what this is, well, like I said, I'm a no-stripe white belt. I have had past martial arts experience, and I'll, get into that later, but I'm a no-stripe white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I thought that this would be a really interesting thing to look back on. I see it as a way to, whenever I, get my black, I think it'd be pretty interesting for not only me, but anybody who's also going through their journey through in jiu-jitsu. It'd be, funny, or, well, it might be funny, or rather just, neat to look back on. Because like I said, here I am as a no stripe white belt. Whenever I get my black, I can look back on this and it's like, okay, well, this is my mindset then and what I was concerned with and what my worries were then. So, and here I am now. But, I really had this idea at first to create this channel. If in fact you're even watching this episode on the Jiu Jitsu Journey, which will come up, which I actually haven't checked to see if that's even a taken channel name. So I may be changing this, the name of this channel. But as I'm recording this at October 17th, 2019 at, oh god, my eyes don't work, 22:51. 10:51 p.m. for those of you who do not know military time, which you should. Otherwise, this episode is also going to go up on our gaming channel, my gaming channel, or me and multiple other people's. Rich and Rare Gaming. If you guys don't know what it is, check it out. I'll leave the link in the description below. It's just me and my buddies and my brother. We just play around and just pretty much fuck around and on nostalgic games that are nostalgic to us, or any game we really want to play really, other than the ones that aren't really that trendy. But anyway, enough of that plug. That was a shameless plug I just put in there. Sorry about it. Sorry, but so what really gave me the idea to make this channel? The original plan was to have it was always going to be like a podcast based channel. But my original plan was to have some of my buddies that I train with on it with me. And there will be guests on this podcast later in the future, but it will mostly be me. But there will be, some of my friends later on in the future and whatnot as they come. But, I was, and actually this got brought up on the way back from a tournament, a grappling tournament, an AGF tournament, to be more specific. Me and a good friend of mine, someone who has been one of my good friends since I started down there. He's a purple belt named Ira. And I was telling her about this. It's like, hey, Ira, why don't you and I start a podcast? And he said, yeah, that'd be awesome. He said, and, there's another guy named Flint there. He's a brown belt. And he said how, it could be you, me, and, Flint's got some great insight he could give us as well. And he'd probably be into it. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. But then he says, but it'd be even better. I looked at him, I said, what's that? He said, wouldn't it be neat to have your own podcast of like, I'm a no-stripe white belt, and this is like what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and here I am now. And then you become a black belt in 10 years average. And I said, so like kind of like my journey. He goes like, yes, your journey. So, and that's also where the name come from, Jiu Jitsu Journey. So, without further ado, we're going to just kind of get into pretty much my journey thus far. Because like I said, it's October 17th, 2019 when I'm recording this. And I started Jiu Jitsu in August. I have to give you an exact date because I don't know quite yet. But, nonetheless, we'll just kind of get into it. So, give you a little bit of a background as far as martial arts goes. Back in, oh man, God, when did I start that? I left in 16. So around, excuse me, around 2013-ish, roughly, I started my martial arts journey in general. I was training in kickboxing. More specifically, Chinese kickboxing in the form of Sanjiao. And I enjoyed it. I did Sanjiao, and in that same gym, I trained in Tai Chi. And then a weird branch of Tai Chi that you can't really find much information about, because it's like, as far as what my instructor at that time was telling me, it's like ancient Chinese. Like super ancient Chinese. And it's called Shinji. Shinji. If y'all can find information about that. I was only able to find a YouTube video of this like ancient Chinese master doing a form. That's the only information I can find about it. But anyway, if y'all can find more information about it, then you can leave in the comments or whatever. I'm not going to spend too much time on my background as far as kickboxing goes, because this is the Jiu Jitsu journey, not the kickboxing journey. But I did some competitive cage fighting here and there with that as well. Had an okay record. I didn't have a great record, but had an average record, I guess I'd say. But I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to get really into that. But if y'all want to know more about it, y'all can leave a comment down below, and I'll go into more detail as far as my kickboxing journey went and whatnot. I still train in kickboxing, just not at that gym. I just train independently and on my own time, just what I've learned from that. But if you guys want to know more about my experience in Sanjiao and Tai Chi and whatnot, y'all can leave a comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to oblige y'all in that. So anyway, I got out of kickboxing mainly because I was starting my career path, and I went through the Fire Academy and EMS Academy, and I pretty much didn't have, well, for one, I was in an academy. I didn't have any time for it, obviously. So I pretty much told my instructor, I said, look, I'm not going to be able to train anymore. And he pretty much treated it like it was a breakup. Like, he belittled me and said, you're a traitor. And I really never said I was never coming back. But after that, I'm like, all right, dude, sorry about it. Like, wow, dang. And all the pictures of me, or that I was in, on that certain place's Facebook page, I was deleted off of. So he really treated it like it was like a nasty breakup or something. But anyway, enough of that. I got out of it because of that, and I was out of it for 3 years. And by the way, when I record these podcasts, I'm more than likely going to have a nice cup of bourbon with me. Tonight I'm drinking Evan Williams. Just so y'all know. I really hope this isn't too loud because it's really looking like it might be. I might turn the pitch down. Where you at, Muff? Or the gain, rather. We'll have it right there. That might be good. Anyway. Pardon me. So, I was out of martial arts for an extended period of time of 3 years because really I didn't really have to be out of it for 3 years. I really, if I was to go into the academy and get right back out, I would only have to be out of it for a year. So, but I didn't get back into it just for one, the dude that I was training under basically told me to go to hell. So I was like, okay, well, I can't go back there. So years went by, and I always saw Boris Jiu Jitsu. You know, it's right there pretty much on the main street of Lexington, Church Street, and you pass by it every time you go through Lexington. You know, my ground game was always ass, all the time. I never was a good grappler or a good wrestler. Pretty much, you've got me on the ground, I was fucked. Just to plainly put it out to you. So, you know, every time I passed that place, I would say, you know, if I get back into martial arts, that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But I never pulled the plug, so 3 years went by. And I still always, you know, I always missed martial arts. I always had a act for it. It was always in my blood. I guess you could say I'm a natural born fighter. But I got out of martial arts for 3 years, and there was always that itch to get back in. There was always that itch. And I would usually ignore it because it's like, oh, well, I'm working EMS and fire, and I ain't got no time, and I'm trying to get on the Department of Homeland Security on my county level, and excuses of that I don't have any time for it to get back into martial arts. So, I never pulled the plug. 3 years went by. And then finally something happened in my life that it was the final push to get me in there. So I may reveal what that is later on down the road, just not right now. I'm not really ready to talk about that. But anyway, so I went on, and that final push happened, and I said, you know what? I'm doing it now. It's now or never. Now's the best time of any to pick this back up in my life. So I looked on their website, and by the way, Professor, if you're listening, I don't know if your website is truly up to date or not, but it says open mat Saturdays at 10, which is true in some cases. I just didn't know that it also varies. So apparently I went on a day that varied. So I went down there because I was antsy to get back in. I was like, look, I got to do it right now. So I was going to try to come to like an open mat. Didn't have any. I'd never heard of an open mat before. Coming from a kickboxing background, we didn't do stuff like open mat. We just went in there, you kicked the bag, you punched around, you might sparred with some dude, and you went home. It wasn't called open mat. I had no idea what that was. I just thought it was like an instructional class and some, yeah. So I went there, and I was apparently too late or too early. I don't know what it was. Probably too late. And I looked, and I was like, okay, nobody's here. And there was a number on the glass door. And I was like, well, I guess I'll call this number. So I got back in my truck, called the number, and I said, they answered, and I said, this is Blake Lindsay. I was just wondering about a membership at your martial arts academy here. And at the time, I didn't know, but it was Professor's wife, and she handles all the administration and stuff like that. And she said, okay, well, we have instructional classes on Monday and Tuesday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. And then open mats are varied, whenever you become a member, you'll become a part of the private Facebook page and for members only. And then that's whenever they do decide what time open mats are. I was like, okay, well, I had to work. I had to work on the Monday, so I was only able to get out on the Tuesday. So I told her I would be there on Tuesday. She said, okay, great. See you then. So, got off the phone, went to work. Tuesday rolled around, and I had, at first I was really worried because I knew I had to get into this. I knew if I was going to improve myself in any way and build on myself after what happened to me. And, I felt like absolutely dog shit. And just knew I had to, I knew in my head, I was like, look, I can't just sit and sulk in my misery. I've got to do something to make me a better version of myself and build on myself. So I decided, no matter what happens, I'm going on Tuesday. It doesn't matter. I'm going on Tuesday. Well, something really significant happened. A friend of mine, a good friend of mine, died in the line of duty on November 30th of 2018. Well, his headstone was coming in, and he was one of my best friends through the academy. And he, like I said, he died in the line of duty, and his headstone was coming in, and somebody sent a group text out saying, look, I think it'd be a great thing if everybody in our class, in our academy class, get together and just kind of have a moment, with his gravestone. I was like, man, I can't miss that. I really can't. He's one of my best friends in the academy. He helped me through a lot, and I could not miss that. That would have been a very special thing. But I was like, maybe I can make it. So I went down there. Went down there and saw my academy class. had a pretty emotional moment with them because, this certain individual really meant a lot to us in our class. He was the glue of our academy class, and I think about that guy every day. But anyway, moving on. I finally was like, okay, yeah, I'll make it down there. So I was actually able to make it to that class. So I'm going to go, I got my own album here on my phone that I'm pulling up because I'm going to describe pictures to you guys and whatnot. And I'll also put the pictures up as I describe them up on the screen here. But anyway, so get to the school. I am, by the way, the attire I'm currently in. I'm in a Air-Evac EMS Week t-shirt and navy blue Russell, I think was the brand, jogging pants. This is what I wore to go work out, right? Because by this point, the level of physical activity I did was working out, which for some reason was not. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. So, I walk in. Well, at first, I didn't have a key fob, so I, like, jiggled the door, and, like, some guy looked at me. He's like, oh, and then he let me in. And I walk in, and I walked in as the kids' class was going on. I was like, okay, cool, so the kids' class is going on. I look, and there's it's, like, split down the middle. There's a black wrestling mat to my right, and then directly in front of me and to the rest of my left, there is a blue Fuji mat. Okay. And then straight across from the mats, there's a octagon, a cage, if you will. This is all I'm seeing right now. So, okay, so, and I look to my left, and there's like an office area. I'll say, okay, so that's probably where I need to go. So I go there. And it was obvious, you know, I see Professor's wife there, and she looks at me and says, like, okay, I have not seen him before, so he might be new. I got that vibe from the way she looked at me. She's like, I don't know who this person is. I've never seen their face before, so I probably need to go in the office and see what they need. So I went into the office, and I said, hey, you know, spoke on the phone with you, be willing to do a trial class, which I said trial class, but I knew good and damn well that I was joining this gym tonight. So she said, okay, cool. I didn't have a gi. I didn't wear a gi whenever I did kickboxing. We just walked in with our shorts, and sometimes we didn't. That's all we wore was shorts. Most of the time we went shirtless. Shorts was all you wore. I feel like I'm about to burp, so that's why I'm like, might pause for a minute. My God. Anyway, so I might cut that out. Oh dear. So I didn't have a gi, and she said, "Okay." Here is my son's gi, Junior at the time. Shout out to you, Junior. Here's one of my son's gi. Y'all about the same body build, so try it on, but make sure you bring it back to this office. I said, yes, ma'am. So by the way, it was a Vulcan gi at the time, which is a very popular brand, if y'all don't know, and it's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable gi. Currently I still don't own a Vulcan, just because they're so damn expensive. But I do plan on making an investment in the near future. So anyway, I go and I change. I had no idea how to tie a belt, because like I said, we didn't have, in Sanchow, we didn't have, air quotes, belts per se. You were like, it is really weird. Like, I was considered in Sanchow, I was considered a black belt in Sanchow. And actually in the mastery program in my school. But we didn't have belts. You came in there and you did your thing. I don't know. It's really confusing. I still truly don't understand it to this day. Anyway, I understood it then, but I don't now. But anyway, so I had no idea how to tie a belt with a gi. I had no idea. And especially other arts tie their belts differently, so I didn't know how to tie a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style belt. Well, I hear while I'm in the dressing booth, I hear a familiar voice. Turns out it was my 7th and 8th grade teacher from back in the day, science teacher, 8th grade science teacher, Miss Jill. I knew even back when I was in middle school, I knew she trained in jiu-jitsu. Which, by the way, Miss Jill is a black belt, or not black belt. She's a purple belt at this time. So I'm like, okay, that's Miss Jill's voice. This is who I'm gonna like, kind of like, stay around in this class. So I put on my gi. I have my belt in some frickin' way. I don't even know what it was. I see Miss Jill. I said, Miss Jill. She says, oh, Blake. Awesome. Nice to see you. And I'm like, I kind of like sidle up to her and I'm like, Miss Jill, I have no idea how to tie a belt or a gi. I have no idea how to do this shit. So she's like, okay, no problem. Taught me how to tie a belt. Still didn't truly know how to tie a belt until like weeks later. But anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. But pretty much what this episode is going to be is pretty much catching you guys up. So we go throughout our time. I get my ass whooped by Miss Jill. We learn the technique. It's like a gi collar lapel choke called the Wizard. I don't know if you guys ever heard that, but I certainly hadn't. This whole ground stuff is new to this guy. Definitely a whole new world. This class was definitely a whole new world with the ground stuff. Because, like I said, I was always a stand-up guy and never went to. I was taught moves to not get on the ground, to defend against said thing. In which 3 years goes by and you kind of forget all that shit. So, but anyway, I'll pull up a picture right about now. This is my very first ever class that I attended, and I'm looking at it on my phone currently, and I see Miss Jill, I see Ira, I see some people that have become really close to me, you know, since I've started. There's me. I'll zoom in on me. I don't look very happy, do I? No. By the way, I said I was wearing like a red Airvac shirt. No, I'm actually wearing a gray. Thought I was wearing the red one. But anyway, moving on. So, I'll leave that picture up for a little bit longer. But that's my first class. The next day was open mat. The first thing I tried to go to. It was gonna be on a Wednesday. And I was like, I'm in like Flynn, because that night I went to Professor and I said, look, I'm in. You got me. Let's tie this knot. Let's do this thing. So, signed up for a membership. Then I went to an open mat. It was on a Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And if I was cool with it, I'm going to post this picture now. Hopefully he's cool with it. This is his selfie. He takes selfies all the time. He's a selfie guy. Love you, brother. There's Ira in all his glory. But I'm taking this picture because you see me. I'll zoom in on it. In side control currently. On a buddy of mine. His name's Arthur. Shout out to you, Arthur. He's also currently, like, pulling my pants down, it seems. So there's that. I'm currently in side control. Don't really remember much about that open mat. I don't, to be honest with you. I do know that's the night that me and Ira became friends. I do know that. Because me and him stayed around and we cleaned the mats together, and that was actually the first night and he's actually the only one that knows about why what finally pushed me to get back into martial arts and whatnot. So that night was the night I kind of confessed to him, because Ira has a really awesome, he's just an awesome dude, and it's just, he's somebody that is very likable, and you can just really connect with. So that's not how I became friends with Ira. My second night in the school. So that's pretty special. But anyway. I did that open mat, and then I was like, man, I gotta get a gi. So I ordered a gi from Amazon because I knew that Amazon has Prime. I have Amazon Prime, so I was able to get one quickly. So I did. I wanted traditional because, for one, we'll get into this in a minute, there's a certain class coming up soon. Well, it's already passed by now, but like, as far as the context of this, we're around the timeline. There was a class coming up real soon that I needed a white gi for, and that will be revealed shortly. But I didn't know white gi, so I just, and I also kind of have my mind made up that I was going to get a white gi. So that's what I did. I got a white gi from Hawk on Amazon Prime, so I know I'd have 2-day shipping. And the next open mat I went to was on a Saturday morning. I think like at 10 o'clock or something like that. So, and I'll pull the picture of that open mat up now. There's me. My God. Like I said, it took me, I'm going to zoom in on me real quick. Like I said, it took me a few weeks to learn how to tie my belt. Because right there, you can, oh my God, what is that? Just, good Lord, what is that madness? I should be put to death. Anyway. This day, like I said, I can't really remember. I rolled with Judy here. And I rolled with Haley and the blue belt here. There's 2 blue belts. God bless. I'm sorry, man. Your name is not coming to me right now. But anyway, this is a very good open mat. No, right here. Right here's the picture of me rolling with the blue belt. So he currently, it seems, yeah, he's got a full mat on me. I am triple fucked at the moment as far as we're looking at this picture. It is a good time for me. So anyway, I got my ass whooped by him, by the way, just so y'all know. But so the next week, I have my next instructional class. Gi night instructional class, mining. We have 2 gi nights and 1 no gi night. Our 2 gi nights are Monday and Tuesday. We have the open mat on Wednesday night, and then Thursday night is the no gi night, where you wear your rash guards and you express yourself further than your gi. Also, it teaches you more of us street fight, self-defense stuff, which is badass. Take some fuckers out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. This is my second instructional class, which was a gi night. Don't remember much. Like I said, this is, when was this? September 3rd? Yeah, this was over a month or 2 ago, so like I said, it's been a minute. I do not remember this class whatsoever, but here's the picture nonetheless. Let's see if we can zoom in on me. What's my belt looking like? Still like shit. How about that? Is this the same one? Okay. The picture I'm pulling up right now, I was a little bit confused. I didn't know if this was the same one or not. A very large class, by the way, might I mind you. Very, very nice. September 9th, it's my next class, also a gi night. I didn't go till my first no-gi night. It was actually a little while. It was actually a little bit down the road for some reason. Actually, might be after this class, to be honest. Yeah, maybe. Yes, it's after this instructional class. But anyway. So, at this very large class, like I said, at this point, I don't remember. Like, I'd have to have my little notebook on the technique. Because I'm writing down the techniques we did, you know, in certain nights. But I don't have it up here with me, so I can't really tell you exactly what we did. But anyway, we're just kind of going through these pictures. So, there's the next class I was in. My belt still looked like shit. You goddamn right it does. So anyway, here we are at the next open mat I was in. It's obviously a Wednesday because it is at night. Usually Wednesday open mats are at night. This is actually a picture I took personally on Snapchat, I believe. Then there's me rolling with, I'm sorry, girl, I can't remember your name. God, I'm terrible with names. Anywho, there's me doing my shit. Skinny ass chicken legs. Do some shit, I don't fucking know. This picture is also from there. That is somebody in half-ish full guard. They're currently trying to break their guard to do something, I think. But anyway. I'm to the right here, as you can see. Then here we have Haley in full mount, and then me in side control over here. It's a good shit. There's me again, getting ready to roll. Same bullshit. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so this is the first no-gi night I was in. I actually do remember who my partner was on the first no-gi night up. No-gi night. There's me, by the way. In my rash guard set. It's pretty sexy. The guy actually, funny story about this. Was it this night? Had to be. One second. I am gonna search real quick. It might have been. Yes, as a matter of fact, it was. Maybe. Hold the fucking phone. Probably was. Anyway. This no-gi night. By the way, I'm going to point him out real quick. This is the guy I rode with that night. Mostly. He was like my training partner. But this is also the first night I ever rode with Professor. Good times. Everybody knows the stress of rolling with your professor in jiu-jitsu. I was rolling, I was doing my thing. You know, and actually, at the previous open mat, I had hurt my ribs somehow, and I don't know how. I had hurt my ribs, and they hurt just to breathe. At this point, I didn't know if they were bruised, if they were broken, if I didn't know. I just kind of ignored it and went on with it. Well, sure enough, the very next day, instructional class, Professor wants me to roll with him. With a rib injury. My fucking luck. I'm like, fuck me. Of all nights, I have to roll with Professor tonight with a fresh rib injury. Alright, fuck it. So I roll with Professor, and it goes horribly. Absolutely horrible. Which I expected it to go anyway, because you're rolling with your Professor. But still, it was just, it did not go as well as I think it should have. In preference to rolling with my Professor. My Professor could whoop my ass in 20 different ways. More than that is likely. But I also feel like there was some things that he was he was testing me. He's saying he ain't gonna go full black belt on a no stripe white belt. I don't think he would anyway. And he was obviously, bringing it down to my levels, and it still didn't go as well as I thought it did. So anyway, we continued it throughout that class. My ribs gave me shit the whole time. This rib injury lasted for about several weeks. So, roll with Professor. First time rolling with Professor was the night I had a rib injury, so there's that. Fun times. Moving on. The next class, was it this one? Uno momento, por favors. Yes, it was. The next class was on a Sunday, September 15th. This is a very special class, by the way. Put this right here. This marks the day that I met the legend, Royce Gracie. Or some people like to call him Royce Gracie because that's the way his name is spelled. But Royce Gracie, Master Royce Gracie. I want y'all to understand how fucking big this was to me. This man, UFC legend, won UFC 1, 2. He won 3 of the first ever UFC events. When it was tournament styled, for God's sakes. Bare knuckle, no rules. Whooped ass. This guy is the fucking legend. I met this man. Fucking hero. I'm gonna pull that picture up right fucking now. Look at it. Look at it. Me and Master Royce Gracie. Very awesome moment for me. Very cool class. Really cool. Really cool seminar. Really neat. Signing my belt here. I have this belt hanging up in my room currently. I will actually, as a matter of fact, so here's the picture of him actually signing it, and I'll put the picture of the belt and his signature up at this moment. So right now, currently, after that's done, we're going through, some of the pictures of his class. Him just demonstrating different things. But yeah, guys, this was just quite an awe-inspiring. It's just really awe-inspiring. There's a shit ton of people there. Everybody coming to show their support. Wanting to meet Master Royce. And, put on a good name for the school. And we're all wearing white because when a Gracie family member, which if y'all don't know, the Gracie family is the ones who founded Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Actually, in fact, Royce's father Helio Gracie founded the art. It was his father. So that's the extent we're at right here with meeting him. This guy's father invented the art that is so well known today. So anytime a Gracie family member, a direct Gracie family member, comes and teaches a class, they want everybody to wear white gis. So that's why I made my first purchase choice a white gi. Because they want every every member of this gym to have a white gi on in respect to the Grandmaster, Helio Gracie. So that's why we're all wearing white gis. If y'all didn't know that. Most people in Jiu-Jitsu know this, but if y'all don't, that's why. That was just incredible, just meeting him and getting to hear his feedback. He slapped me in the face once. That was nice. It was where our opponent had us in a headlock, and we had to dig our head into our opponent's chest to where our face isn't open to any kind of strike. And I remember Hoist Gracie said, "If I come by and I see your face, I will slap your face. I will smack your face." And by God, he would. So when I saw him come by God, what did this motherfucker do? He purposely poked his face right out there, and he smacked the fuck out of me. And it was the most amazing point of my life. I got smacked in the face by Hoist Gracie, and it was amazing. Don't at me. Moving on. The next night, finally learned how to tie my fucking belt. Also got a new gi. Hashtag. Got a new gi. Blue. I believe it's an elite sports gi. So I'm going to tell you this. I got this blue gi. So I'm like trying to figure out which size fits me better. A problem I'm having right now, I think I found a solution, but I haven't ordered one yet to test my hypothesis. The first gi I owned, which was the White Hawk gi, is an A1. Top fits me perfectly. Belt's fine. The pants, first of all, the pants I thought were too big. I later come to find out I was tying them wrong. I was taking the drawstrings of my gi pants and pulling them out in front of me instead of out to my sides. You pull them out in front of you, they don't do jack shit. You pull them out to your sides, that's what tightens it. I did not know this, so my pants weren't tightening, and they just feel loose. But at the same time, my pants would feel like fucking capris. I'm like, okay, I don't want people seeing my compression shorts on my underwear, so I need to figure out what size I want. So I went down to an A0. The top was tight-ish. The cuffs were a little short, so it was small for me. It is small for me, but it's also a good-looking gi, so I still wear it. So fuck off. Anyway, these look even more like capris. They go way up to like mid-calf. I still wear them because I like the color. It's orange and blue. It looks cool. I don't give a fuck. I still wear it. But my deal is with an A0 and an A1, the pants still look like I wear capris. So I'm like, fuck, dude, what? But if I go up to an A2, the waist is bigger than my waist, period. And it's just going to be a bigger, looser gi. And I was like, I want my gi to fit right. So I'm about to order an A1L, which is for my weight class, but also for my height. So that might work out. So we'll see how that goes. Anywho, moving on. Next class I was in. Like I said, a lot of these classes I'm not having any recollection of. Because like I said, it's been, for one, I'd need my notebook up here. And second of all, right now I can't remember. I don't know. But we're just kind of going through pictures right now. There's when I decided to go Eddie Bravo and wear the rash guard with gi pants, which went okay. I mean, it's not the fact that it's bad. It's just that's who I felt like the whole time during this class. I felt like Eddie Bravo with my rash guard and my gi pants. My heater just made a really weird noise and it scared me for a solid minute. This is a picture of our fall wreath on our front door, because we here at Boris Jiu Jitsu, we are festive. So there it is. Oh, there's a story up. There's the Snapchat I posted on my Snapchat story. So anyway, moving on. By God, this is a big ass class. Holy shit. Oh, there I am. Zoom in on me. Zoom in on that sexy shit right there. That was a big ass class. I think it's the night we did the flutter kicks. Which is a fun time, being me saying sarcastically, because I absolutely hated flutter kicks when I was in the academy. It was the worst exercise in my life. Hated every fucking second of it. If y'all know what flutter kicks is, it's where you lay down on your back, you bring your feet together, bring them about 6-ish inches off the ground, and then your instructor will be like, okay, for one, you'll do a 4 count. And basically, so in the academy anyway, they would say, feet 6 inches up, or feet up, or whatever fuck they said. They say, ready, exercise! And you would then kick your feet up and down. Like, look up on YouTube after you get done watching this video, of course, or listening to this podcast, rather. Look up on YouTube, flutter kick exercise. So we would kick back and forth, and they say, ready, exercise, 1, 2, 3, and whenever they say 1, 2, 3, that'd be a 1 count. So we would all say 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we did that. I absolutely hated it in the academy, and whenever I knew he was starting to do it, I'm like, fuck me running. We're about to do fucking flutter kicks, and I'm gonna hate my life for the next however long he makes us do it. He made us do it for like 30 something ish, which sucked ass. Hated flutter kick. I hate him. I still hate him. Ha. Anyway, nonetheless. By the way, this picture, other pictures I've shown probably have probably had views of this as well, but I just want to notice the Fuji mat is nice and visible in this picture. But yeah, it's a big ass class. But I do believe this is the night that he made us do the flutter kicks, and I wanted to end my life. Thanks, Professor. This is a Snapchat story I posted that night. After we get done cleaning the mats, as you can see, the mats are wiped down. and desensitized. Always, especially coming from a white belt to other white belts who might be listening. To other white belts who might be listening to this. Always be one of the first ones to step up to clean the mats. It's like a rite of passage for us. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of experience you have in martial arts. Like I said, I have a past experience in martial arts. I was a kickboxer for years. Sanchao, Tai Chi, but I don't have any experience in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, and I'm going to do my rite of passage in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm no better than anybody else here. I'm a white belt. I'm going to do my rite of passage just like any other white belt should. So I'm going to clean the fucking mat. So to any other white belt out there, you should be the ones first stepping up to clean the fucking mat. Period. That's just me. Anyway, moving on. I think that same class. Yeah, that's the same class. This is another. So I got to the point where I started taking pictures of the class, or like the mat after each class, and just kind of posting like a martial arts quote that I think is pretty badass and inspiring, and I just kind of put it on my Snapchat story. This is something I like to do. If y'all want to follow me on Snapchat, I may or may not put my Snapchat on here. I don't give a fuck. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Pretty much how we're at right now. Anyway, moving on. So this is the first one I did. I guess I'll read it. Be strong when you are weak, brave when you are scared, and humble when you are victorious. This doesn't really need much explanation, I believe. This is that very class. It is a no-gi night. Am I here? I'm obviously... Yes, there I am in the back. If you guys are curious what rash guard set I'm wearing in these no-gi nights, it's with all the first equipment I'm getting, it's from Amazon because I can get it Prime. The rash guard set is called the rash guard top. It's, I don't know what the brand is. I wish I had it up here with me. By the way, I need to watch that because the night, as a matter of fact, was no-gi night, and I need to watch it. So I need to do that pretty soon. But anyway, it's like an animal kind of series. Like I said, I'll bring up the brand of later. And it's a wolf, which, by the way, if y'all don't know, wolf is my favorite animal. Because the whole idea of an alpha wolf is really badass to me. So it's a wolf. And then the trunks are the same brand, I believe. But they're just basic black with the logo on it. They're nothing special, but they're comfortable. So I actually just bought another rash guard set that I think I'll reveal. I will reveal later because it is badass. I don't know how I will reveal it, but I will. So after this class, I went to my very first ever tournament to observe. I didn't compete in this tournament. I just merely observed. But it was an AFG tournament, American Grapple Association. Me and Ira carpooled up there, and it was a really cool experience. You know, I just made me fall more in love with it. It was just super cool. I took videos of Haley, one of my good friends in the school. I took a video of her match because she competed, I didn't compete. Like I said, I observed, and I took a video of her match, so if she's okay with me posting it, I'll post it, but if she's not, then I won't, so. I won't post it to this podcast. I'll post it sometime later. But it's totally up to you, Haley, so if you're watching this, just holler at me in class or something, or whatevs. That was going to AFG was a cool time. There was some things that was a little conflicting, but I won't get into it. Bought a shirt that was on sale, so that was cool, I guess. Me and Ira left. We went and ate at White Castle. I had a big ass meal at White Castle. We got like their fucking 20-something crystal burger meal. It was fucking ridiculous, dude. But it was good, by God. So, me and Ira, we had kind of like a heart-to-heart. That's really whenever I went heart-to-heart with him about a lot of stuff going on in my life. But Ira's one of my good friends in jiu-jitsu, and I couldn't be more blessed to have that guy in my life. So, super cool dude. A guy that I'll consider a friend for a long time. And so we went on, AFG went on, had our next class, and it was a gi class, and we did our thing. By the way, this is my inspirational quote of that night. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. I don't think that one needs any explanation either. Just saying. Then, I think this was actually this past Saturday? Yes, this was this past Saturday. It was me. You see me there, giving the BJJ hang loose hand signal. Got Blair, the purple belt, down there, doing his thing. Got Haley in the middle, and my good buddy Arthur. So, there's all of us at that open mat. Very good open mat. We all rolled together. Blair, the purple belt, he taught us some very valuable lessons, and Blair's a great, super nice guy, super golden guy, and taught us a lot. So, thank you, Blair, for that. I think this was Monday. This was this past Monday. This class was. Holy shit, I just noticed Haley back there fucking giving the Rocky fist. Good on you, Haley. Damn. Also, we got the whole, I don't really know what that's called, but it's the thing, you know what I'm gonna zoom in on it, and you know what I'm saying. They're not really doing it right, but it is there. What did we do? This was just fucking Monday. Why can I not remember what we did? Who did I even fucking roll with? God bless America. God bless. What did we do that? I think, well, for one, we worked on spider guard stuff, but I can't remember what it was. Pretty sure I rolled with Arthur. Almost for certain. Yeah, yes, I rolled with Arthur. I did. Where's Arthur? Where's that bastard? There he is. Directly behind me. We worked on spider guard stuff. What exactly spider guard did we work on? It was a sweep. I just remember we worked on the sweep more. No! God bless. We worked on the spider guard sweep, yes, but we worked on also the omoplata. So there's that. That's what we worked on that night. Jesus Christ. This Evan Williams is starting to affect me. Can't remember what I did fucking Monday. And it's what? Thursday. Jesus Christ. This night was Tuesday. A little bit smaller class. I rolled with I actually rolled with quite a few people this night. I started out rolling with Haley. I am sweaty as fuck because I was just rolling with so many different people. I got my ass whooped by Bryce over here by the end of it. But anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. I was first off rolling with Haley here, but then I got moved to rolling, which we had some judo guys, some judo people coming into this class tonight, which is really interesting. You know, it's always super interesting having different arts come into the class. I just always, enjoyed that, just seeing how we matched up and then bring another aspect into this. Of course, like I said, me coming into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, my kickboxing doesn't really play into training because you can't strike during training. It's kind of unethical, if you will, to just punch somebody in the fucking face or kick somebody in the fucking throat. It's kind of unethical, obviously. But with judo, they're grappling, and with wrestling, grappling, it's just have some other arts as far as the grappling aspect goes. Well, we had like 3 people that came in that were judo experienced and been training for a long time. 2 of them were actually like Olympic leveled, and they came in and did their thing, and I actually rolled with one of them, which was an awesome experience. Then I ended up rolling, like I said, with Bryce over here. Bryce whopped my ass as usual. Good old Bryce, love you, brother. But anyway, wearing my blue gi tonight. Then we have tonight, which is where we are now caught up. We have gotten to the class I was in tonight. So there I am. Still haven't got my new rash guards in. A little salty about that. But fairly big no-gi class tonight. My partner was my good buddy Arthur. There he is again with his War Tribe gear. And Sanibel, I think's how you say it. Ranked rash guard. It's a very big class. What we worked on tonight was... well, mostly it was focused on flow rolling. And then we worked on the back door to get out of half guard. Back door to get out of half guard is what we worked on tonight. And then we worked on just like a cool flow roll reversal. From if somebody was to escape your guard, just a cool, flow roll reversal of that, and I thought it was real cool. I can't really explain it, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to try it, but it was really neat. Anyway, so that's pretty much where we're caught up as far as my journey so far. My thoughts right now is that I'm loving every fucking second of it, man. I can't wait to what the journey holds for me. And like I said, Jiu Jitsu has helped me in more ways than one. No, I didn't just join it just because I thought it'd be cool. I joined because I truly thought that it would help me improve my life in a time where I didn't think that there was any more improving in. When I joined Jiu Jitsu, I was at a time, and like I said, I'll go into this more probably in the future, but I'm just going to give a basic synopsis of what was going on. I was at a fucking low point in my life, and I was just broke. So I need to find something to heal that, and Jiu Jitsu definitely has done a damn good job. It's done a damn good job because, I walk into that school, put on my gi or my rash guard and whatever, and I go up to the mat, step up to it, I breathe in real deep, and I breathe in all the emotions, all the anger, just whatever I'm feeling. Just all the emotions, sadness, depression, anger. I breathe it all in, and I bow and blow all that shit out the door. I raise my head back up, look at the mat, and I step on it, and I go to fucking work. And I don't think about my outside problems for a couple hours. And that's just helped me, man. Let off some steam, whatever. But, guys, like I said, I may get more into why I decided to join later on in the future, probably far down the road, or, who knows how things will ever play out. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out Rich and Rare Gaming if you guys want to see me fuck around with my friends on old nostalgic video games. As far as this channel goes and this podcast, well, as far as the podcast goes, I'm not sure how often it will be that I will update it. I guess it just will kind of vary. It'll just kind of be random. Right now, there won't be any set time. It'll just be random whenever it gets put up. But as far as the other videos that goes on here, as far as what you guys want to see, as far as what people from my school would think would be interesting, people that are watching at home, just shoot a comment down, just saying, "Hey, I'd like to see this," or "Hey, I'd like to see that." As far as this goes, or if anybody in my school was like, "Hey, I think it'd be pretty cool if you did this, or if we did that," blah blah. And I'll definitely bring it into consideration and do what I can for you guys. So, but right now this is basically just the first thing that will go up on there, and there you go. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell button. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Keep rolling. Stay motivated. And I was going to say something else motivational, but I can't think of shit right now. So, bye guys.